Yo, what's up, everybody? That's right, we're back with Sounds of Her Love. This is like what I think the third episode now. If I remember right, we were about to go to Carrie's house for dinner, so that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a pretty good episode. This might be a shorter one. I'm not sure. It just depends on how things go and everything. But let's get right in, shall we?
Sure. I'll lead the way.
The cool late evening air brushes in Pamu's face. Carrie and I idle outside her house, a rather plain and generic building. The thoughts of her living in an elaborate mansion from my mind. The building is nothing of short a nice house. Just expected that it would be fancier.
Should we go inside?
Carrie calls out from my side, giving the signal that she's ready to go in. She's composed, a contrast with her prior shyness, though the bloom of red on her cheeks is still all too apparent. It's a thing that will always suit her. Certainly. Our shoes meet the ground in unison, her taking a step forward to a place she's accustomed to, me, however, walking into a new experience, something cherishable. I've been to people's houses plenty of times, just not any girls. Standing before the door, a thought flutters to my head, whilst Carrie's finger wrapped around its silver handle. Standing before the door, a thought flutters into my head whilst Carrie's fingers wraps around its silver handle. Coming here, I'm bound to meet her family, aren't I? Did she even tell them that she planned on inviting me over? If so, would I have done a lot more to make myself look more presentable? Caressing the handle lightly, Carrie twists her key delicately and pulls it down. The warmth from inside soon meets us, bit by bit. The door opens. Carrie taking the first steps through, escorting me in.
Well, we're here.
Carrie's smile is one of many treats I've been given today. She plays with her hair, eyes directed towards me, anticipating a response. Now that we're under a brighter light, I can see her face much more clearly. I still can't get enough of it. Despite being lost for words, one thing makes it out of my mouth. This is crazy. You look pretty cute. Ain't no way we're actually saying this to a girl, bro. What? There's no way. There's no way. I don't know what it is, but it's just crazy. It's crazy. Carrie is instantly taken aback, looking as if she's trying as hard as she can to muster up a response. Thank you. Mr. Erdwood. Oh, it's her dad. It's her dad. Oh no. Oh no, her dad. Her dad hurt us. Her dad hurt us. Oh no. We're. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Thank you. I made her myself. A suited man appears out of the blue, startling me slightly. It's natural, of course, him appearing like this. Getting caught off guard like that isn't a virtue. This must be Carrie's father. No way we just got caught like that. The man himself is a foreigner like Carrie, carries a thick accent that differs from hers. They're Welsh, but Carrie seems to be a lot more understandable. At least when she does speak, the majority of time with her sentences are broken into pieces and she stumbles around her words. A hindrance, but a fairly cute one at that. Her father's voice, however, is grittier, more gravelly, and it is not as stereotypical as the accent is portrayed as by far, but hearing him speak Japanese would mortify me. Luckily enough, we're all used to speaking English. You must be that friend Carrie has told me about. She was really keen on having you over. She was really keen. Oh, she was planning this from the start. Dang, Carrie over here plotting. She's scheming. Carrie blushes at her father's statement. It's not like Carrie to bring me here on a whim. So she wasn't wrong in guessing that she had planned this evening in advance. Yes, it's nice. Yes, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Irwood. My pleasure. I am glad you are getting along so well with my daughter. It's understandable that he is, after all, what Carrie has told me. She had never made any friends during her stay at our school. Being a parent and seeing that will leave anyone concerned, though the opposite is true as well. Knowing your daughter, first true friend, there is a guy that has probably left him having a couple of questions. Even though he seems fairly friendly, I wouldn't blame him if he had any suspicions. One thing that is quite odd is the absence of Carrie's mother. Not that she couldn't be in work, it's just odd that Carrie hasn't brought her up. She never talked much about her father either. It's a nice thing to meet her family. In a way, I am learning more about Carrie herself than anything. Her experiences and those close to her. I guess her family is all she has when outside of school. At least until I came along. I feel inclined about asking where her mother is. It's weird, but my mind can't help ruminate over her. Carrie herself must have had an attractive mother to turn out the way she is, though I couldn't tell her that. I'm not an expert in genetics either. That is crazy that he's thinking that. What the heck? Well, I can't help it. She really is an interesting person. A nice one, too. Carrie reddens at my statement. At this point, anything I could say about her would make her blush. Not only because of her timidness, there's nothing negative to say either. I'm glad you think so. I'll go ahead and set the table. Make yourself feel at home. Though don't make it your home. I'd expect you to pay rent otherwise. His joke is lost on me, but I still draw a smile on my face as to act polite and feign a response. Carrie herself seems pretty amused by the joke, covering her mouth to seal her faint, girlish giggles. I guess dad jokes are only effective when they're actually coming from your father. Mine acts like one big joke himself half the time. Mr. Erdwood leaves the pair of us standing by the doorway, giving me the moment to converse with Carrie in private. I wanted to ask about her mother, though whether I should is a questionable act in itself. I feel like it's best if we don't stay away from the touchy subjects, because we've only known each other for a couple days. I feel like it's only the smartest thing. Hesitation catches me, reeling me in like a fish. Carrie stands bemused, looking toward me as always. Her soft cheeks have lost their rosy color from moments ago. However, she still timidly fusses with her hair as the light above shines upon her.
Shall we sit? My father is a great cook.
Not that I'm interested in her father's cooking. I didn't come here for that. I came to spend more time with her. So her offer is still more than tempting. Yes, I think that's a good idea, Carrie. The dining room is spacious, the walls plastered with Western decor and sports memorabilia. The table, mahogany, makes itself distinct as light reflects off its polished finish. It looks expensive, topped topped with various plates and cutlery, more than ready to present whatever is on the menu today. Carrie's father had never told us what it is that we're having.
We like to keep touch with our heritage. Outside, we try our best to adapt, though.
Carrie must have caught me gazing around the room. Several photos of sports teams lined on the walls. Possibly rugby by the looks of it. I'm not sure it's a national sport. She must have had a hard time adapting to a new country, though I'm not sure how long she's been here. I'll refrain from asking. Now is the time to savor the moment with her. I can understand. Connecting with your heritage is an important thing. The only reason I go to our school is to do just that. My mother made me. Come to think of it, I've never told Carrie about me being half English.
Your heritage. You're only half Japanese, aren't you?
I don't look like the typical Japanese male by any sense, so it was only reasonable that she would conclude that. I'm half English, though. I've never actually been there. Born and raised in Japan.
Interesting. Your English is pretty good.
Well, my father made me learn it every day. Even though he's Japanese, I'm sure he thinks he's English, though. He only reads and publishes books in English. He even married an English woman. I'm sure he would have moved there if his company needed someone to act as a foreign representative. Thanks. Carrie giggles at my awkward response, with the two of us sitting down at the table together. An act I never had expected to be doing with her, not even a week ago. Things have gone by so fast, it's unreal.
You know, I enjoy spending time with you.
Oh, is she gonna ask us out first? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
I didn't have anyone to speak to like this before. This week has been fun. Thank you.
Carrie unexpectedly gives me her gratitude, stifling me slightly as her words cause my face to go red. At least I'll assume it is. I can't really tell inside. I am blushing, though, a blush caused by Carrie when it's usually me who makes her blush. Still, her boldness isn't lost on me. In a social sense, at least, Carrie is trying her hardest tonight to make me feel welcomed. She's probably savoring the moment herself. I'll take the initiative and thank her. My pleasure. I've enjoyed it. Carrie herself blushes, though I feel more of an appreciative one rather than one of embarrassment or shyness. One with more importance to it. Erdwood, Carrie's father, walks back into the room carrying a plate in each hand, both of them topped with the same meal. Beef, diced potatoes, and a selection of vegetables all topped with gravy, even though neither of us asked for any. After a long but undoubtedly enjoyable day out with Carrie, I have found myself craving a nice meal. Hold on, if you think about it, this is really like a date. Think about it. They're hanging out, they went to the bookstore, they went and they wandered about town for a bit, and now they're sitting down and having a nice dinner at her house. Dude, if this isn't one, I don't know what is. Like, come on. Maybe it's just a smell, but it's certainly something I can appreciate. This entire day has led me to find myself closer to Carrie. With her closer to me, she wouldn't have thanked me for being her friend otherwise. Nobody else has done that, though I've never had many friends myself either. Moving schools would usually worsen my situation, though I found myself meeting Carrie from doing so. There are no complaints. The three of us begin our meals, quieting down to focus on our own plates. The taste matches the smell. The rich beef complements the soft potatoes as two amalgamate on my taste buds. So, I bet you're wondering how a Welsh family came to Japan then. I wasn't, but avoiding this dining table talk wouldn't make me look good to Carrie's father. I hear that getting a work permit is pretty hard, so getting a permanent residence must have been quite a feat. Oh, trust me, it was. Originally, I was supposed to only be here for a few years as an engineer. Though I found myself liking the place, so I decided to stay. It seems like he has a well-paying job. If he can't afford to migrate here and send Carrie to our school, he seems to be a pretty nice guy, to be quite honest. Hopefully he thinks the same of me, to an extent anyways. Being the guy he has, being the guy his daughter had just dragged home, I wouldn't want him to dislike me. More so since his daughter is Carrot. Making a bad impression isn't an option. Just as I am about to finish my meal, the sound of ringing chimes through the walls from another room. A phone call. Excuse me, let me take this. Mr. Erdwood rises from his seat, leaving me and Carrie alone to ourselves once again. It would be a rude thing to say that I'm glad he's gone, but it's only because I get to spend more extra time with Carrie, alone that is. Carrie remains silent next to me. Oh, they're eating side by side. Okay, crap. Much to my displeasure, I thought it would be easy to come up with a topic to talk about, but right now Carrie seems to be disinterested in my presence. A sad look coats her face, despite its beauty, if I could call it that. The fact that her expression has shifted from once happy and content to one of disillusion, making me concerned. The cause of Carrie's dejection is soon apparent, though the wall flows the sound of Carrie's father, a sound of anger. I try to make out some of the words. Why is it my fault? You're the one that decided to ruin everything. We have a daughter, you know. Have you ever taken her thoughts into consideration? My own mood plummets, taking in one word after another. This is the reason that Carrie's mother isn't here. Oh, wow, I am so glad that I didn't ask. We actually dodged a verbal landmine. Emphasis on verbal. Okay. The relationship between her parents has been crumbling before her, by the sounds of it. I really don't want to get myself caught up in this. I'm irresponsible, says the one who decided to get themselves... Oh, God, this is so bad. Ooh, wee. Okay. Well, it seems we have found the dark undertone that we were looking for. It's not quite as dark as I once thought, but it's still pretty dark. Ooh, okay. Wow. I'm trying to think of a way to say this without... I think, honestly, y'all are just gonna have to read it. Okay. The evening should not have gone in this direction. Carrie's father is probably kicking himself now that the dinner has been disrupted. It's not very impressionable to argue with your wife in front of guests. I won't blame him for getting carried away. Feeling a tug on my arm, I see Carrie's slender fingers grasping my sleeve as she gently pulls on it, still carrying that same sad expression, that one that hurts me. I don't want to see her like this. However, what is going on between her and her parents concerns me. I don't want Carrie to experience the sadness behind that face of hers. Would listening for a bit really hurt? It's none of my business, but my heart is on fire. Carrie continues to pull on my sleeve, conveying her signal to me, one of sadness and sorrow. She must want to speak to me about something. I rest my hand upon hers and give her a nod, after which she stands with me, and the pair of us leave the dining room for the lounge. Okay, we making a move, trying to hold hands, maybe? Coming to a standstill, Carrie turns towards me as we both remain still in the center of the room. Nothing but a small lamp illuminates the space around us, giving Carrie's sad, melancholic face an orange tint as she looks towards me.
Please, forget about what you heard tonight. I didn't want to get you involved in all this.
Carrie still looks towards me with those woeful feelings deep within her eyes. Seeing her like this really is upsetting. What we've gone through over the past several days mean a lot to me. I'll do anything I can to make her happy, even if I can't resolve the issue. Carrie, I don't want to see you like this. Please, if there's anything I can do for you.
Please, just stop.
Ooh. Ooh. Carrie's voice is sharp, as if it's tainted with anger.
It's complicated. I didn't mean to get angry. It's just her.
Carrie resents her mother. This woman must have caused her too much stress. This process is painful for everyone, but seeing someone go through this, it's painful. I can't stand. I want to be there for her. Carrie, you're an important friend to me.
Really?
Yes, really.
Okay. I'll tell you. You're an important friend to me too.
Ooh. 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 Okay. Okay.
Follow me.
Ooh. Where are we going? Carrie leads me out of the lounge without giving me a clue as to where she's taking me. Clearly she wants me to know more. She wants me to be there for her. Knowing that, my words reached her. It makes me more than happy. Carrie, a person I have grown to enjoy the company of, is leading me higher towards the upper floor of her house. Our relationship has blossomed unexpectedly, flowering a friendship both of us cherish with nothing more but pure passion. I can only assume she is leading me to her bedroom, an action which would typically be suitable for the situation is for me to get flustered over complicating things by assuming the most raunchy and far off situation. She wants to talk, though, that I can tell from what we were subject to downstairs. That's obvious that she wants to address it. Carrie leaves from the front, forcing me to divert my head in an act of politeness, as to not look up her skirt. She can't see me anyways, so she wouldn't know if I did. Now it's not the time for that, though.
This way.
Her voice is firm, as if she has found something inside of her that is pushing her forward, giving her the courage to speak. Inside, though, she must be nervous. This entire situation between her mother and her father wouldn't be something that she could easily talk about. I trace Carrie's footsteps with my own as we walk down the hall towards her room. Her body is rigid, filled with a composure of sorts. I can't imagine how long she must have waited for this moment, to be able to tell someone outside her family circle what her life has been like. An unsettled relationship between her parents, her absence from school, and experiencing pure loneliness. All of that must have been into an emotion of anger and misery, one of sadness. In a way, I found her. Though I can't be the one to solve her problems, I want to help her. We walk into her room, painted in beige. Carrie goes forwards and starts to undo her braids, slowly letting down her silky hair fall down straight. Ooh, Carrie's letting down her hair? In a way, I've never seen it. Something different. I prefer her with the braids, but maybe that's just because how I'm used to seeing her. She still looks beautiful either way. Carrie rests her glasses on her nightstand. Wait, Carrie wears glasses? I don't think I ever noticed it. rests her glasses on her nightstand, then takes a seat on her bed. The pink, loved heart embellished bedding gives off a girlish vibe. I still feel as if they suit her. She holds herself down, a downcast expression, the smooth skin of her hands clutching her knees tightly. It'd be a cute pose if she wasn't plagued by the sorrows of her past, no matter how recent they may be. For what? It seems out of place for me to ask. Carrie must have a lot in her mind. She must want to say, though I am confused by her gratitude. She thanks me a lot too often, but this time there's surely more of an important meaning behind it.
For offering to help. It really made me happy.
Isn't that what a friend should do?
Friends. That's right. You're important to me.
Kara goes on, letting her emotions flow out from within.
When we first met, I was nervous. It wasn't even that long ago. Do you know why? Why I held myself back?
No, but surely you can see that you've improved. You can talk to me fairly easily now.
It's still there. On the inside. The lack of self-confidence. Even with strangers. People who don't even know me. Always get that impression.
Carrie still acts as if she hasn't improved. I wouldn't know that she isn't feeling what she's feeling on the inside, so I couldn't be one to judge. Maybe it's just me she's gotten better with, which would be a reasonable assumption. I'm the only person she converses with that isn't within her family. A group of people which probably limited to just her father, and must have been painful.
It never used to be like this. Though I was always a quiet person. In the past, I never really had a good social life. There was this one girl who never really liked me. Thinking about it now still makes me feel sick and angry. It was 2 years ago.
I wanted to ask her, why didn't she speak up for herself? Though actually asking it would be rather spiteful. A lonely girl trying to study for exams, it would have been quite a stressful time. Knowing the education system, they wouldn't have had much for her, or didn't. I don't know if she had spoke to any teachers.
The year after, I was pulled out of school by my father. He knew something was wrong, so I spent the year at home. I told you I was ill, didn't I?
So that was a lie?
It was. Sorry.
Accepting her apology would be wrong. She had a pretty good reason to do so.
After it all, I felt nervous. I couldn't socialize. I feared a reaction. If I went through that again, I wouldn't know what to do. Then I came back and met you.
So it wasn't easy for Carrie to open up to me. It almost seems as if I forced her to how with quick it has all gone. From a different perspective, I wouldn't be standing here now if she didn't want to get along. Nobody would have outright refused any interrogation. It was just hard for her, for an understandable reaction. It makes me happy that she had found what she had been looking for.
That girl had gone, so I went back. But I was still scarred with loneliness. Everyone knew me from before and stayed away. But you were there, and you gave me an opportunity. That's why I want to thank you for becoming my friend. You mean a lot to me.
Carrie stands up from her bed, finishing by giving me her warm-hearted regards. It's a thing she has always done during the time we've known each other. She's usually quite polite. This, however, is something more than that. Something special, both to her and me. Thank you. I'm glad I could be there for you. You're an important friend to me, too. I told you that before, didn't I? Carrie nods and smiles, wiping the melancholic expression clean from her face. It's a wonderful sight. To know that our friendship means this much to her, it really makes me happy.
Thanks.
The pair of us stand together in the center of Carrie's bedroom, basking in the presence of the other. Around us is silent, barring the light sounds of traffic from outside. It's a lovely atmosphere, something that which makes me feel warm inside. I don't know what her father is doing, but he must have realized we've gone. Lucky enough, we're not in my house, or my father would be in here the moment we left his sight.
So, I guess you got to see my bedroom.
Yes, I guess I did.
I want to see yours.
Ooh, that means she wants to come over to our house.
Though it's probably a bit messy.
Okay, what is that expression that she has on? What is that? Was that mug look like that? I never thought I'd see that look on Carrie's face. Never in a million years. Out of nowhere, Carrie throws me a jab as she stands before me with a complacent grin. Yeah, I never thought I would see this from Carrie. Well, bro, what? She was right, though. My room is a tip. If I ever have the courage to bring Carrie anywhere near my family, particularly my father, then cleaning their room would be somewhere on the list of priorities. Well, what can I say? You should take pride in your tidiness. Carrie giggles at my statement, an act of familiarity which I'm glad we could achieve. Moments ago, Carrie was recalling thoughts from a time filled with a wealth of dictionary words. Sadness, depression, loneliness, those sort of words come to mind. Dude, I don't know what that was. Holy crap. Couldn't talk for a second. Hopefully, we can exchange the experiences of the past and the future. She doesn't have to look back on painful memories. If you didn't have that bookshelf, I dread to see what your room would look like.
I take pride in my books. Thank you. Though, you're right. I like to look after them, but reading them comes first.
I love how we're actually like talking to Carrie for once. Like we're actually having like a full on conversation. Like it's so cool. There's quite a lot of books in here though. Surely she hasn't read them all. Actually, I take that back. She probably has. That vacant smile as she stares towards the bookcase proves it. In all fairness, she's not the only one with a lot of books in her room. I couldn't even count numbers in mine. All they do is gather dust in my room continues to be treated like a storeroom by my father, cluttering the house with all his publications. Was there ever a time when he actually wrote a book? Putting that thought to the side of my mind, I glanced at the alarm clock beside Carrie's bed. It feels as if it's getting a bit late. It's only 2 o'clock?
Oh, ignore the alarm. It's broken.
It seems we both have issues with faulty clocks lately. Nonetheless, if it wasn't for that, I doubt I would have met her in the first place. Realizing that I am wearing a watch, I raise it up to check the actual time before saying it myself. Carrie's quick to the point.
It's getting late, isn't it?
Yeah, I should probably head back soon. I can't even imagine what my sister might get up to. Carrie smiles though. What a wonderful sight quickly turns back into a frown.
I'm sorry about earlier.
It's okay, Carrie. You don't have to apologize. In reality, it is her father's duty to apologize, even though I wouldn't blame him for his actions. It seems as if Carrie's mother, who is a loose cannon, Carrie herself definitely isn't fond of her. Should we head downstairs then?
Yes, let's.
Carrie and I make our way out of her room and down the stairs, leaving behind what is both a special and yet somehow depressing moment for both of us. Carrie had to recall the time she wanted to forget, but at the same time, it made us closer. I know I realized that she can't speak much about her family issues, that I can't blame her for, but it was the reason the two of us left the dining table. All I have to do now is wait until she's ready to speak about such things. Being able to help her is something I want to do. We walk down the hall towards the doorway. Carrie is getting ready to see me off. I don't know where her father is, but I'll just have to speak to him another time. Thank you for tonight, Carrie.
I should be thanking you. I'm glad you came. Despite...
Don't worry about that, Carrie. It's alright. Carrie smiles warmly, holding the handle of the door in her hand. I'm sure neither of us is ready to go yet, but I have to get back home
I'll
nonetheless.
see you on Monday.
She blushes, leaving me to give her a smile in response. I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing those rosy cheeks. Alright, Carrie, I'll see you then.
Bye.
Shutting the door behind me, Carrie and I are separated myself, feeling happy despite the cold of the evening. With her, well, I'm not really sure how she's feeling. And in all honesty, I hope she's feeling better. Talking with her really made me feel closer to her. Maybe even something more. I take my steps out of the garden, which is a pretty one at that, each flower still vagrant in the evening sunlight. It's quite a beautiful sight. It's Carrie's after all. The chirping of birds, the typical sounds in the morning, wake me up as soon again but steadily prop myself upright and stretch my arms out. Alright guys, that's the end of this episode. Sorry I'm cutting it a little bit short. Shorter than usual. A little short on time today at that, and I'm sure y'all could hear my voice kind of giving out on me halfway through. Yeah, hope you guys been enjoying the series so far.